Hey everyone, I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scottsy Business, and today we're going to be talking about my investing report update for the month of July. And we'll be talking about, my dividend income, my crypto investments, my stock investments, all the changes and things that have been happening over the past little while, and just my general thoughts going forward into the market in September and onwards. So let's dive into all that good stuff after a quick word from my sponsor today.
A big thank you and shout out to my sponsor Cake Wallet, which is an open source, non-custodial Bitcoin and Monero wallet that also has a built-in exchange. It's available on iOS and Android.
Okay, thanks again to my sponsor. Let's jump into it. So, my total dividends are now over $2,000, which is really awesome. But, I'm not getting that many dividends nowadays, right? Like, my last payment was $33.80. Pretty dismal, but it's not unexpected because I've very much pulled back on my stock investments. As you all know, you can see when I started to really sell off, and my dividends pretty much reflect that, right? If we go back and look at my total value of my stocks, I basically sold the top, which is fantastic. As you can see here, I was just at the top of the market in early February, end of January, and I sold 75% of my stocks. I kept a little bit left, and I just invested it in a few stocks, and mainly just a couple ETFs, PDC, VDY, FCCD, and XEI. And I've gotten rid of PDC since, and that's Fidelity, FTSE, and iShares in terms of just high dividend yield ETFs in Canada. And it's nothing special. It's just very basic, fair yield, and I'm just letting that kind of build up and reinvesting the dividends into buying more and more over time. I don't really intend to be stacking this up until things get a little bit better with crypto, and then maybe I'll look at taking some of my funds and putting it into stocks, essentially. But right now, I'm just focused on saving money. So a lot of my investments are just me buying things on sale or buying things early before I expect prices to go up. Really, the best way to invest with inflation being this bad is to just buy things ahead of time when you need them, right? So I know I'm going to need winter tires. If I get money today and I just save it for the next few months until I get my winter tires, that money is losing buying power from inflation, and that's not a good thing. Plus, the tires, based on inflation, could go up in cost. So by buying them now, that is a great investment opportunity, and that's kind of what I've been focused on for the last little while. I'm mainly just saving money and investing in lucrative assets, not necessarily like commodities or stocks or crypto, but more so things that I'm going to need, and buying those early and just getting ahead of that problem, because inflation is only going to get worse from the seams of it. So that being said, my total portfolio was $178,491 at the beginning of the month of August, so the end of July essentially. But today, August 25th, it is at $175,755. So barely any movement and fluctuation. I'm okay with that because we've just been kind of slowly going up, and I'm above last month's check-in. So, as long as I'm up month over month, I'm not going to complain. And, as long as we're slowly trending back up, that's really all we need to see. I lost quite a bit of wealth, obviously all unrealized because you don't sell, but I've lost quite a lot in the last year or so. And now it seems like we hit the bottom, and it seems like we're slowly going back up now. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin based on banks being allowed to hold Bitcoin in their reserves, and Ethereum 2.0 coming, the merge starting to come in, I think September 15th is the day, or 16th, but it's literally coming in the next month. Fingers crossed, hopefully, but I don't know exactly how that's going to play out. Like, if we're going to see a lot of people selling out before that or buying before that. I don't know how that's going to play out exactly, but in general, it's very bullish because we'll get gas fees down and we'll get a lot of improvements for Ethereum. And that's really going to be where we're the most bullish. And if there's way more people transacting on Ethereum, then there's more people burning Ethereum and it becomes somewhat deflationary. And again, all these things make it much more valuable, and we'll have way more people using it. The volume will go way up, all that good stuff, and the price will reflect that. In terms of crypto income, that is also way down from my previous trajectory, as you can see with this graph right here. But that's simply because I was very invested into HBD for a while. I decided after doing all my stablecoin review videos that stablecoins really aren't for me, no matter how much I appreciate Hive. And I'm still holding some HBD. I still like Hive. Just the whole stablecoin market completely turned me off after doing all that research. I just don't want to be involved in it at all. So it is what it is. In June, I made $83.84. And last month, I made about 32% less, $56.37. Again, that's not really that bad because I removed the majority of my HBD. And there was still some lingering from beforehand that I hadn't claimed yet. And that's why I had made $83 the previous month. But now it's all mainly contingent on Atom, ATOM, and my staking of that, which has been going very, very well. No problems there. And that's mainly what I'm relying on at this point. Atom is the driver of the majority of my staking. It is significantly down from its top as well, but it's been going back up, so that's really great to see. We'll take a look at all that individual stuff in a little bit. But this is just to give you an overview of my earnings, and you can see the chart and see how things have played out over time. Even though I'm way down, I'm still way up from what I used to be doing, and it's kind of like the reverse of what I did with my stock dividend investments. And then specifically for my crypto appreciation, this just gives you an idea of how just the crypto is performing. Since we looked at stocks and my total portfolio, this does make up the bulk of my portfolio. And I mean, as you can see, in July of 2020, I only had $12,000. So if you compare that to today, only a little over 2 years has really passed. And, I've gone from 12,000 to, at the beginning of this month, my main crypto portfolio stuff was 126,725, which is up 40% from the month before, which is fantastic. So that's really good to see. But yeah, it's pretty rough to see you go up to over $300,000 and then go all the way back down to 90,000. And then, we're working our way through these cycles. Luckily for me, I got in 2017, but I wasn't really tracking that until lately, but I barely had any in. But I've rode through these cycles before. I've seen the drops. I've seen how this all plays out. Crypto is not going away. The adoption is only growing. We're still very early technically. So, I'm still very, very bullish on how cryptocurrency is going to play out. Mind you, we have so much craziness going in the world right now. It's really hard to rely on any asset. But this is what I'm doing. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. And then in terms of my actual breakdown of everything, you can see this is how everything breaks out in specific amounts to make up that 175,000. These are my dividend investments. As you can see, not a lot has changed here, but my account has been recovering fairly quickly. So that's really good to see. Mind you, I did buy a few more shares. So of XEI with my dividends. So, I'm just kind of like slowly catching up with, the market downturn. And, it's not too bad. I'm only down just under 2% right now, which is pretty good considering how badly I'm sure most people are down. But I'm just invested in mainly banks and insurance and stuff like that. So, it's pretty safe investments that I'm invested in for my stocks. I don't like to do risky stock investing. I'm very safe with my stock investing. You can see the breakdown here. But yeah, this is very, very, very safe casual, mediocre investing. If you don't know what you're doing, I would say just throw it in some really safe ETFs. Don't go yield chasing, right? These are only paying out, where are they paying out here? Just under 4%. And that's actually really good. I'm happy with that. Oh, I gotta adjust this though. So yeah, 3.88% is the average there. And that's very, very close to 4%. In a perfect world, I would like 5%, but 4% is good. Although, I mean, with inflation, I need that 4%. Plus, I need these to appreciate at least 5 to 6% just to break even. But I'm sure that will happen, so I'm not really, really concerned. But at the end of the day, I mean, you're almost forced to chase yield and like risky investments, and that just puts people in a really bad spot. And I'll just play it more risky with my crypto because crypto in general is just much more risky. But I don't like that much having a lot of money in stocks anymore because of how easily the government can get involved, and they can prevent you from buying Russian stocks, and they can freeze your bank account, do all this crazy stuff. Not a fan at all. I'm very much into crypto and decentralization, so I'd rather hold crypto that I truly own, and I don't have to ask permission for my finances to use them or do whatever I want, which everyone else has to do with their banks. In terms of growth crypto, I've got my 1.5 Bitcoin and my 31 Ethereum. That's the breakdown there. Like to see that go up more, but hey, we're in the bear market right now. Luckily, Atom's been going up, so that's been nice to see, and Hive's been slowly tracking back up. So this is going up, and I'm happy with this. As you can see, this is the breakdown of what I'm earning. I started to get back into Tron, so I'll probably earn a lot more during this month. So in my next report, you'll see that. HBD is abysmal, and same with Hive because I pretty much pulled out entirely there. I put a little bit back into HBD, so there'll be some earnings in the future, but it'll be very, very small, like $2-3. Atom is the big earner here. When I clocked all this in originally, it was much less, but now the current value is $71. So, appreciation, it's very small, but anything that you can appreciate in value over time is really good to see. So that's the one beauty of a bear market, is you'll still get the same amount of crypto from your staking, but then when it goes back up in value, you got a lot higher of a value of that crypto. So, keep that in mind. My Atom has slowly been gaining in terms of how much I've been getting because I just keep compounding it. Trust Wallet now has an option to compound as well to make it even easier. So you can just keep putting your rewards back into staking more and more and more. And I'm just going to keep doing that and building up my Atom over time. And I'm actually at 260 right now, so I should probably update that because this is actually higher than I thought. And I'll make that... So this is actually 175,802. So a little bit higher. My apologies there. In terms of privacy crypto, XMR, still doing my Monero. It's down a little bit, but it is what it is. Rune is down a little bit more, which again is unfortunate because I'm so heavily invested in Rune. I'm at a massive loss right now on Rune, but as long as it goes back up to even, a fraction of what it used to be worth, I'm going to be doing pretty well. I mean, luckily, a lot of what I have of Rune is like from taking profits and then reinvesting. So realistically, as long as it goes up to like $4, I could be in the green. So that's good. But now I'm kind of wanting to wait till hopefully it goes back to something like $10. It went up to 15 at one point. We'll see. I'm very, very bullish on Cosmos. That's why I've got Atom. That's why I've got Thorchain, because it's built on that same chain. I'm very skeptical of most Ethereum alternatives, but Cosmos is one of the few that I actually appreciate, and I see that they're actually creating unique solutions that actually matter and are useful for the crypto space. And then Crypto Cash, Bitcoin Cash and Dash are up a little bit, which is good to see them going back up. Mind you, for anyone who criticizes me for recommending these are not investments. This is just money that you have that you can easily spend. I would not recommend personally investing in Dash or Bitcoin Cash. This is my medium of being able to buy things with crypto with the cheapest fees, fastest transactions. Most sites accept these. This is the best way to do it. I would not recommend investing in that. Okay. That's pretty much everything. This has been a fairly quick update. I just wanted to give you guys the rundown. I'm focused on moving right now, so I'll be a little more on top of things in the next couple of reports, but I still believe very truly that we're going to see very bullish things for crypto unless we have, global catastrophes and everyone sells out. Barring aside some insane like black swan events that we've already seen a lot of, like all these bankruptcies and all this craziness going on, the Terra crash, everything. 2022 has been a wild year, but I have a lot of faith going forward that we're going to, get into that next cycle. And maybe if we have to wait till Bitcoin halves again, maybe that's what we have to do. But at the end of the day, we know the plan. It's just hodl, right? You're just holding and building up your crypto investments. I'm not investing currently, but I am earning crypto and holding it, and I'm not selling it for fiat. So I'm still very bullish on crypto. I'm just not throwing a lot of my fiat at it right now. I'm more interested in holding cash and gold and building up all my other reserves because, I'm still massively leveraged most of my wealth is concentrated rather in crypto to a very, very high degree. And it's very risky to be doing so when most people would say don't invest more than 5 or 10% of your portfolio, when I've got like 80 to 90% invested in crypto. So, it is what it is, but it depends what you value. And I value decentralization, true ownership, privacy, and freedom. If you value that too, the current commodities and assets and things do not live up to that at all. Very, very easy to go through that and show you exactly why they do not. I've covered this in many other episodes. You can go check that out. But anyways, that's everything from me. Let me know. Do you see Bitcoin and Ethereum going up in the near future? Do you think we're going to have to wait till the next halving? What do you think is going to happen in the next little while? Do you think Ethereum 2.0 will actually ship in September? You let me know what you think about all that good stuff. Also, if you want to comment #1ham in the comments below, that way I know you watched the whole video and I can see that when you comment, and then I will more likely respond to your comment when I see that. Anyways, thank you so much. I'm Scott Cunningham, aka Scottsy Business, signing off. Cheers.